Someone smiles at you, says all the right things, shows up when it's convenient, and deep down, something in you knows that person isn't real with you. Not fully, maybe not at all. And here's the strange part. You don't say anything. You just watch. You stay quiet. You keep your distance. And fake people, they absolutely hate that. Because here's what nobody tells you. Fake people don't lose when you confront them. They lose when you stop reacting to them. If you're new here, hit subscribe and drop a like. This channel is for people who think a little deeper than most. So let's actually talk about this. What makes someone fake in the first place? Psychology has a pretty clear answer. A lot of people who put on performances, who say things they don't mean, who act warm but think cold, are running a strategy. Consciously or not, they learned early on that being authentic didn't get them what they needed, so they adapted. They became performers. There's even a name for the behavior pattern. Researchers call it impression management, the constant calculated effort to control how others see you. And for some people, it's not occasional. It's their entire operating system. Here's a fun fact. Studies in social psychology show that people can detect fake smiles with surprising accuracy. We're naturally wired to notice when the eyes don't match the mouth. The problem is, many of us override that instinct because we want to believe people are genuine. Now, this is the part that changes everything. Fake people aren't really after your time or your friendship. They're after your energy, your attention, your reaction. They want to know they affect you, that they can pull your strings. Whether that's through flattery, guilt, drama, or manufactured closeness, the goal is the same. Keep you engaged, keep you responding, keep you needing them somehow. A fake person compliments you, they're watching to see if you light up. They ignore you, they're watching to see if you chase. They stir up drama, they want a front row seat to your reaction. It's not personal malice most of the time, it's a need for control dressed up as connection. Here's the thing they don't expect: stillness. Not coldness, not drama, not a big confrontation, just a quiet, steady, unshakable calm. When you stop over-explaining yourself, when you stop trying to prove your worth to someone who keeps moving the goalpost, when you respond to manipulation with nothing more than a polite nod, something starts to break down on their end. Why? Because their entire strategy depends on your participation. There's a concept in behavioral psychology called an extinction burst. When you remove the reward someone expected, they often escalate first, trying harder to get the reaction they're used to. You might notice a fake person suddenly being nicer, or suddenly becoming cold, or stirring up more drama. That burst? That's actually a signal. It means it's working. Stay steady through that, and most of the time, they move on. They find someone easier to hook. So, practically speaking, what does this actually look like in real life? You observe more than you respond. You stop filling silence with reassurance. You give people time to show you who they are instead of deciding based on who they claim to be. You also stop explaining yourself to people who aren't genuinely trying to understand you. Fake people ask questions to gather information, not to connect. When you realize that, you naturally get quieter, more selective. And this part is important. You don't become closed off or suspicious of everyone. That's not the goal. The goal is just to move your energy towards what's real, the relationships where both people are actually showing up. One more fun fact worth knowing. Research out of Harvard on social networks found that emotional authenticity is one of the strongest predictors of long-term relationship satisfaction. Fake connection, no matter how smooth it looks on the surface, tends to collapse under any real pressure. So that's it. Fake people don't lose when you fight them. They lose when you simply stop playing the game, when you get so grounded in yourself that there's nothing left for them to grab onto. You don't have to be harsh, you don't have to be dramatic, you just have to be real. And that, for a fake person, is the most disarming thing in the world. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had that moment where you just knew someone wasn't genuine? What gave it away? Drop it in the comments. Some of your stories are genuinely more interesting than anything I could write. I'll see you in the next one.